Hello, co-creators. I'm sick of labels, so my name is Kelly Keith and I'm your spiritual badass. Okay? Let's stick with that. All right, so what I have for you today, Leos, is a tarot reading, but first, something special. I'm gonna pull some runes for you, and then I'm gonna read the runes from the book. There will be an action, which is your first rune. A challenge is your second, and the overview. Here's your first one, the action. Okay? And then I'm going to use my crystal ball here and scry. I'm gonna scry a message to confirm the runes and get more messages that the runes predict for you. This is your challenge. And this is your overview. Gods, goddesses, and angels of the light, higher self source, deceased loved ones, ascended masters, ancestors, and guides. Calling, first asking permission and calling Leo's higher self and guides to give us a clear message, please. So first we have your action, rune, which is fertility. You can pick up any of these runes at Barnes & Noble as well. The Book of Runes by Ralph H. Blum, and it comes with the runes. And I'm showing you exactly how to do it when you're in the learning stages, so that way you can do this yourself. You don't need a spiritual guru or a spiritual teacher or a spiritual badass to teach you how to do these things. I mean, I'm guiding you. And if it piques your interest a little bit, Leo, go and get a set, all right? Okay, so this is like ancient Viking ruins traditions. Fertility, 107. So you'll go and then you will read. It also tells you in the front, like positions of how to line them up and what each spread means for each rune, okay? All right, Leo, fertility. This is your action, okay? New beginnings. The hero god. Ingas. This is Ingas. Okay? This rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature with its urge toward harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. Ingas embodies the need to share, the yearning to be desired, a search for similarities. Let's bring this closer. The completion of beginnings is what Ingas requires. Drawing this rune may mark a time of joyful deliverance of a new life, a new path. A rune of great power. Receiving it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion, resolution, from which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. Perhaps a difficult state of mind can be clarified or resolved. The appearance of this rune indicates that you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. All things change and we cannot live permanently amid obstructions. Inga signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from tension and uncertainty. You may be required to free yourself from a rut, habit, or relationship. From some deep cultural or behavioral pattern. some activity that was quite proper to the self you are leaving behind. The time of birth is always a critical one. Movement can involve danger, and yet movement that is timely leads out of danger. The time has come to enter the delivery room. Another of the cycle runes Inga's counsels preparation. Being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences, and seeing the humor, you are indeed prepared to open to the will of heaven and await your deliverance with calm certainty. Okay. You may be required to free yourself from a rut habit or relationship. New beginnings, Leo, is at stake here. You've been experiencing a karmic pattern in a relationship that has been repeating itself over and over again with different people, same situation. It is a time to strip away the old of that pattern of the relationship that you have gotten used to and comfortable with, and to begin something totally new. You just have to become aware that the time is now to let it go, let in space, make space, so you can let in something new. An old relationship, a pattern in a relationship that has been karmic, which means lots and lots of lessons. I don't just see one lesson. If you don't know how many lessons you've learned from this relationship and the previous ones that have the same pattern, I see the number 8 here. So maybe sit down with the journal and try to discover what it is that you have learned from this relationship that has served its place in your life. But that is what I have for now. Let's see what else these runes have to say. This is the action. So this is the action that needs to take place. You need to release. You need to become aware and then release the old relationship that has been a pattern in your life that is not serving you. It is time. The karmic wheel has turned completely. It is time. It is complete. It is time to move forward. I can't say this any more gentler than I am. It's time to journal about the lessons you've learned from it so you can release it and let it go. Some relationships don't just leave our lives, right? Some you can just get a new job if it's a boss, if it's a lover, not so much if you guys have kids or if you have to go through a divorce, you got alimony, stuff like that. But if there's not ties like that, it should be really easy. But if there is ties like that, it just means that you need to practice awareness about the pattern more frequently to remind yourself and journal about it more frequently until the power of pattern has lost its power over you. Okay? You got to start doing an action, which is pen and paper is magic. It's magical. Pen and paper. Getting your thoughts on pen and paper about the situation, even weighing the odds, the pros and the cons, will help you release yourself from this pattern. But you got to do the inner work. You've got to, or it will just continue. You could go ahead and keep watching tarots after tarots after tarots or doing them yourself. It's just going to keep you in the problem if you do not do the inner work yourself. Okay, Leo? I know you guys are really stubborn. You guys feel like you guys know it all. And when you actually admit that you don't know it all, when you know nothing, is where you open up to the possibilities of having something new in your life. And not having to be right all the time helps you to learn new things. Okay? Moving on. So your next rune here. Okay. Where's this one at? Oh, here it is. It's called possessions. Okay. This is your challenge. It's in your challenge position. Possessions is 113. Okay. Nourishment cattle. Possessions, nourishment cattle. This is the rune of Feiyu. Feiyu. Okay. Feiyu is a rune of fulfillment. This is your challenge position. Feiyu is a rune of fulfillment, ambition, satisfied, love shared, rewards received. It promises nourishment from the most worldly to the sacred and the divine. For if the ancient principle, as above, so below, holds true, then we are also here to nourish God. This rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your life. Look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions you require for your well-being, or rather self-rule and the growth of a will. Another concern of Feiyu is to conserve what has already been gained. This rune urges vigilance and continual mindfulness, especially in times of good fortune, for it is then that you are likely to collapse yourself into your success on the one hand, or behave recklessly on the other. Enjoy your good fortune and remember to share it, for the mark of the well-nourished self is the ability and willingness to nourish others. There may be considerable frustration in your life if you draw Feiyu reversed. I read both, so you can decide what resonates. A wide range of dispositions ranging from trivial to severe. You fall short in your efforts. You reach out and miss. You are compelled to stand by and watch helplessly while what you've gained dwindles away. Observe what is happening. Examine these events from an open perspective and ask, what do I need to learn from this in my life? Even if there is an occasion for joy, do not let yourself be seduced into mindless joyousness. Reverse, this rune indicates that doubtful situations are abundant and come in many forms and guises. Here you are being put in touch with the shadow side of possessions, yet all this is part of coming to be and passing away, and not that which abides. In dealing with the shadow side of Feiyu, you have an opportunity to recognize where your true nourishment lies. You have a savings. The challenge here is to recognize that you are shopping a lot, to kind of use it as therapy. And Feiyu is telling you to be more conscious, mindful of your actions, because they are based off of your action here that needs to take place, which is releasing a toxic situation in your life, a relationship with somebody, letting go and letting God. God is good. Whatever feels good is God, is godly, okay? Leo, your action here relates to your mindfulness of your shopping addiction. That is what I see. You're overspending, you're being reckless, or you're doing a lot of fun things that cost money to get your mind off of the toxicity that is going on in a relationship that you were involved in, that you need to take action on doing the inner work with. Until you do that, you have the possibility of dwindling away all that you have saved. And that is not going to feel good in the end. You can become aware of this now and change it now. Do that inner work. Let's pull this up. Let's read this other rune. And then I'll pull it all together. Okay, this is the self. This one actually is in reverse, but I read both. And this is your overview of the reading, okay? 93. The self. Manas. The starting point is the self. Its essence is water. Only clarity, willingness to change is effective now. Runes are so deep, man. You add it with some scrying. A correct relationship to yourself is primary. For from it flow all possible right relationships with others and with the divine. Remain modest, that is the oracle's counsel, regardless of how great may be your merit. Be yielding, devoted, and moderate, for then you have a true direction for your life. Be in the world, but not of it. And yet do not be closed, narrow, or judging. Rather remain receptive to impulses flowing from the divine within and without. Strive to live the ordinary life in a non-ordinary way. When they say divine, that is perfection. God is perfect. God is the only thing that is perfect, and God does not judge. So it's saying flowing with the divine within and without your being. Okay? Strive to live the ordinary life in a non-ordinary way. Remember at all times what is coming to be and passing away, and focus on that which abides. That's leaving those toxic relationships that are not serving you behind. Becoming aware of them, okay? Journaling about them and releasing them. Learning to communicate with detachment to that person if they are still in your life, if you're married to them and you still have to have them around. Learn to communicate in a different way. Or get your space so the relationship can take a different form. Remember at all times that what is coming, what is coming to be and passing away, and focus on that which abides. Nothing less is called for from you now. Remember what is coming to be and passing away, and focus on on that which abides. Nothing less is called for from you now. This is a time of major growth and rectification, and as a rule, rectification must come before progress. The field is tilled before the seed is planted. The garden is weeded before the flower blooms, and the self must know stillness before it can discover its true song. Instead of seeking credit for accomplishments or focusing on results, be content to do your task for the task's sake. Herein lies the secret of experiencing a true present. Living in the present is where your power is. The present is a gift. That's why it says present. If you take the rune of the self and cut it down the middle, you will see the rune for joy. With its mirror image, there is here a subtle caution against carelessness. The self is required to balance the self, because that's where your power is in yourself. You are power. Nothing in excess was the second phrase written over the gate to the Temple of Delphi. The first counsel was know thyself. And that takes us back to Feyu. Takes us back to Feyu as being an overspender. Nothing in excess. Or being, an overspender. It doesn't matter on what. Whether it's activities, entertainment, or material objects, right? Reversed. If you feel blocked, Manas urges you to begin by being clear with yourself. If it did come up reversed, but take it how it resonates. Sometimes both apply. If you feel blocked, Manas urges you to begin by being clear with yourself. Do not turn to others now, but look inside in silence for the enemy of your progress. No matter what area of your life is in disarray, stop and consider. You will recognize the outer enemy as but a reflection of what you have not until now been able to willing to recognize as coming from within. Above all, do not give yourself airs. Breaking the momentum of past habits is the challenge here, but this is actually your overview position. In the life of the Spirit, you are always at the beginning. And past habits and patterns in that relationship. That is what I'm seeing in here. It doesn't say, it says relationships in the very first one, but the other ones, that is what I'm seeing. I see two people. One is dark, one is light. So one is draining the other person. That is what I see. Okay? So let's pull some tarot cards for you and get some more. Either validation or messages. Clear that out. That was heavy. Here we go. Gods, goddesses, and angels of the light, higher self, source, deceased loved ones, ascended masters, ancestors, and guides. Calling Leos, higher self and guides. Asking permission from Leo's higher self and guides to tap into Leo's energy, the collective of Leos that are here present, to give them a clear message. Show us what you want them to see. Show us what you want them to see. Clear message, please. Please show me what Leos need to see. Show me what Leos need to see. One more time. Okay. Clear message for Leos. Whoa. You told me 3 times and then it only dropped twice. Clearly, please. Clear message. I see here justice, balance, fairness, legal matters maybe. Leo. Moving on, walking away, leaving the past behind. 8 of Cups, Justice and 8 of Cups, and the 4 points, holding on to your money too tightly because you've been hoarding it, being insecure with your money now. In the past, you're coming from a lack mentality. Leo. Come on, Leo. There's that shopping addiction. This is so on point. This reading is so on. You got the World and the Wheel of Fortune here. Total flipping completion is going. It needs to happen, Leo. Bottom of the deck, the Mentor. Maybe you need to seek a spiritual guide right now, or you are being a guide for others right now. People are coming to you for information, spiritual advice. Or maybe you need to have more blind faith in your beliefs. Or get a new routine, a spiritual routine. I'm having to use that bell a lot this reading. A lot of energy needs to be cleared. Frankincense. Love it. Okay, Leo. I see here justice, some balance, legal matters maybe, fairness needs, it's going to be in your favor. Okay? Don't trip about that. 8 of Cups, you were moving on from this legal matter that is in your past, your central issues. But you are seeking justice still. Leaving behind the past behind, leaving the past behind. Abandonment, weariness. Either somebody is doing this to you or you are doing this to somebody. Thank God. And your central issues right now. This is what's going on or needs to go on or has happened to you already. And now in turn, you are hoarding and overspending because of it, or you had been overspending. And so now you're trying to control your money and hold on tight to your coin. You see how she's like in this beautiful, luxurious room with all the jewels around her. She's locked herself in there and she's holding on tight to that coin. Okay, that is in your central things right here I see for you, Leo. And then what you're not seeing is there's some competition and conflict, or this is your secret, this is your subconscious telling you something that either you do not know. There's battles and fights going on, conflict, challenges, or you have this secret from others. You're not communicating it with others that this is what's going on in your life right now. You're keeping this a secret. And your subconscious wants you to become aware of this, that this secret needs to okay, the secret is holding you back. This energy, this Five of Wands energy is holding you back. It's blocking you from your success, from more success that you could be having. This is what your subconscious wants you to know right now, okay, about this Five of Wands energy. Okay, having the mentor here in your overall energy, it tells me that you are seeking new studies of spirituality. I suggest the human design. You can go to humandesign.com. I suggest cafeastrology.com because it's free natal chart. It explains it to you perfectly. I also suggest yoga. I suggest, and that's with a group, not doing it alone, seeking outside help. A morning spiritual connection, ritual, and bedtime of prayer. And when you pray, use it in a gratitude sense. Not, please do this for me, please, because you are power. You need to pray in the way of, thank you for this happening in my life, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for me being so successful and financially free and abundant. Thank you for me not having to worry about my well-being because I am whole and I am powerful. Thank you. Thank you for the things that you are seeking, because the universe doesn't know the difference. It just says yes. So even when you say things out loud, just because you want to say them or you want to vent about a situation, okay, you're building the momentum of that. And the universe doesn't know the difference. It just says, okay, you want more of that situation that you're complaining about or talking about right now, or just minimizing, but it's in your energy. You're talking about it. You're bringing it up. So here, yes, here you go. Your wish is my command. It just says yes. Yes to the things you want and yes to the things you don't want. It is the law of attraction. It is the law. Okay? So that is something to look into. Maybe study more of the law of attraction or the spiritual laws. That is my advice for your overall curiosity with rituals and mentorship and religious beliefs right now. Okay? Spiritual beliefs and studies that you could be looking into. Yeah, this is definitely coming from your energy. The subconscious mind is telling you this about the competition, conflicts, fights, battles, challenges. It is your energy, because I see the Seven of Wands here. and it just escalated into your self position. You have conviction, you're defensive, but you're determined. You're determined right now. You're fighting energy. You're protecting. You got your defenses up. When really you just need to be going within and also without, seeking help from your guides. As within, so without. Okay? Moving on. Your conscious position, I see completion, attainment, fulfillment, triumph, the end of a cycle. Again, the world is here in your conscious position. You are focused on endings of something toxic, because right next to it, the immediate focus is the devil. This is obsession, domination, addiction. Addiction could be to anything. Shopping too much. It could be substances. Take it how it resonates. I don't know your life completely. There's, different Leos out there. I'm just going to explain this energy of the devil. Your immediate focus is this energy. So it's either over obsessing on materialism, overly ambitious, you're being tempted right now, you're dominating situations, being overly dominating and obsessing on things and obsessing on control. That is devil's energy. All of those in a nutshell, in a basket. So that is your immediate focus right now. And this is your, once you become aware of this energy, it is your choice and your free will to do what you will with it. I just read your current energy of what it is, what I'm seeing, and you can take it, or you can act on it, or release it, or do the opposite of what it is that it's saying. It's all up to you what you do with it. You could walk away from this reading saying, she doesn't know what she's talking about, and go to a different reader. I'm just explaining what I'm seeing, Leo. Calm down. Take a deep breath with me. I'm sending love. Okay. The world around you sees you like a Two of Cups, like you're a soulmate. You've got partnerships, true love. Your feelings of true love and partnership is in your mind and your actions every day. The world around you is a Two of Cups. Or there could be two people that are around you in your immediate circle. That's what this could mean. But it could mean that there's a partnership around you that maybe is or is not toxic for you, but it is a soulmate. Soulmates teach us lessons. Maybe the end of a cycle is needing to complete with just the way you guys communicate with each other. It's not always a breakup. I'm not saying that at all. I sense that that's what you're insinuating. Some people are married here, you Leos. Some people of you have children. So you can't just break up with people. You have to transform the energy because you can't get rid of them. So you transform what is there into something new. It has to be transformed, and it has to be right now. There's the Wheel of Fortune and the World here. These are both completion cards. Okay? Your hopes and fears, where your mind is at, is the Wheel of Fortune. And that tells me that you are focused on karma and fate and destiny and luck, randomness, change, and opportunity. This is where your mind is at. So I'm not telling you, Leo, anything that you don't already know. And if I am, you're now aware of it right now, and now it's on your mind, and that's why this card is here. Take it how it resonates, right? Okay, so your outcome, Leo, is Ace of Wands. Passion, a spark of creation, potential optimism, Even pregnancy. If those of you that are not wanting to get pregnant, watch out. Energy inspiration. Ace of Wands energy. A new passion project is coming. A new love. That is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like or subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Helps the channel. And bye for now, Leo.